talking to Goey, he's had a great 4 to 6 weeks in the midfield. Is it because he's become more familiar with the role, or is a bit fitter, or is he doing it more permanently, or a combo of all of the above?
Probably a combo, really. He's obviously been hungry to play there for a while, and just through necessity, we've played him forward a lot over the last few years, and pinch hitting in the midfield. So we probably made more of a concerted decision to play him consistently in the mid. And he's just learning his craft, really. Pendlebury's helping him a lot. I know Adams is helping him a lot, Sidey, and so he's got some good heads helping him out. So he's just learning his craft as a midfielder as he goes on. And hopefully keeps bettering that. He's learning what it takes to be elite at work rate and running patterns and stuff like that. So he's learning off some good ones there, and he's getting better each week.
And do you think that debate's been settled now in terms of where he plays?
I think whatever it's the old one where the team needs him. I think at times he's still going to go forward and do his thing, but I think he's at that age and maturity now that he knows where he wants to be, and he's really committed to working hard towards getting that done. So I think largely midfields is going to be his position.
Rob, how pleased were you with last week, and how important is it to back that up with a performance again this week?
Well, I think it's important for the group because I thought we had showed some good signs last week. We've been building towards being consistent as a team, so we saw a bit more of that last week, both sides of the footy. So I think it's important, and getting that balance right between youth and experience is important in the team. Obviously, we got Howe back last week and Chris Main, so amongst a few others, which really helped sort of shore us up. So I think it's really important, and it's obviously for everyone and the young guys to carry through and learn how to win is a really important thing as well.
Just on your own situation, Harves, you've talked heavily about focusing on going forward for the remainder of the season. Have you sat down with the club and tried to seek a meeting with them at some stage, an interview for the role going forward?
Not yet. No, nothing's changed for me, and that was made clear to me with my job description at the start with Righty. So in the end, I'll sit down at the right time, whatever that is, and go through whatever that may be. In the end, I was given a clear charter, which I'm trying to execute to the best I can, and I'll carry that out to at the best of my ability. So that hasn't changed, and I'm at the right time. The communication's been good with me to be able to do the job that I have to do, for the group. So that won't change.
Does McCreary play with the having back?
Well, it's nice to get a few back, and he's available and trained strongly today. Dacos trained strongly, so they're both in the squad. Which is nice to get a few back, and both experienced and young guys. So that's going to be really interesting for selection as we go into this afternoon. So as we always do, we see how everyone pulls up after training and pick a team from there. So it's nice to have a few guys available, and we're pretty clean from that point of view. So that's good.
And all of a sudden, a bit of a selection squeeze. Someone's going to be unlucky.
Maybe, and in the end, it's nice to have some form to go off for last week, and as we're aiming for, we're looking for consistency. So, but it's nice starting point, A, to have a player availability, and B, to have form to be able to pick off. So that's a good thing, and hopefully we can continue that for the last few weeks and really build momentum there.
And Howe looked to be pretty quickly back to his sort of old self, even first up after having missed so much footy.
Yeah, well, the players, as I said last week, the players love having him in, and he's a real leader of the group, particularly the backs, but the team. So he'd put in a lot of work beforehand, as we said last week. So he was more than ready to go, and I think how he played shows that he slipped straight back into his role really well. So I think it's good good to have him back, and good to have him building towards being confident for next year, and that's ticked off so far. So really good to have him back.
No, I was just going to say, there was obviously a lot of tributes during the week for Chris Main. What have you seen from Chris Main in your time, Harves, since he's been at the club, and what he's meant to the actual group? Well,
I've seen it evolve for over a long period now, and having been midfield coach for a long time, I got to know him really well. And I just feel so strongly for what he's contributed to the club and the group. You know, to be honest, he's done it purely off his own bat. And even when others didn't believe, he did. And he's a great message for all our group with mental resilience, mental toughness to be able to get it done, own your own career and drive your own career. And I have the utmost respect for that guy and what he's done. And he goes into the next phase for him, absolutely putting his head on the pillow, knowing that he put everything into his sport and his club and his team and his teammates. So from that point of view, I don't see a guy who's should go out more proud than that fella, and I think the players appreciate and respect that.
And the confident ball use that the team showed last week, has this just been building and building over the weeks, and that was the sort of the culmination of it?
I think we've shown glimpses of moving the ball better. I think last week was a real combination. I thought we pressured really well, and our defensive side of the ball was a lot better last week. So yeah, I think you can focus on one thing, but in the end, it was all round. It was both sides of the ball, and we've always said defence creates good offence, and that was the case last week. We are with all the good work and hard work that we do off the ball. We just want to be able to reward ourselves with it, and that was better last week. And doesn't mean it's automatically given it continues. We've just got to keep working on that side of it and making sure that we get our rewards when we get the opportunities.